Hey, you guys, this is Christina with Leads and Leverage, and I'm actually here really early this morning. Well, it's not really early for all of you, but it's 7:29 a.m. my time, and I'm here early. I read something this morning. I saw something from one of my members this morning, and I thought, you know what? I need to go on and I need to share this, and I need to help you guys. I need to share what I've learned and how I've overcome it. So we're going to talk about this morning. So if you're up on the Pacific time, I know East Coast, I know y'all are up, and I know even Central's up. Mountain should be up too, but it's the Pacific coasters that might still be in transit and stuff like that. So if you're with me, would you please click like or comment? Just let me know you're here. Say hi. I really like to know that you guys are here. I love doing lives. I shared that with you guys before, but I love doing lives because I can engage with you, and I feel like I can get to know you. So, and I like that a lot. So today I'm actually going to talk about something that one of my members shared in our private member group. It is not about the membership. I'm not selling you anything. I just want you guys to know that up front, but it's about a struggle that she is having. And I thought, you know what? I have had that. I have it at different times. I know a lot of people have it. I know another member's had it specifically in another area. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that. And I want to actually give you some tools to get it done. Because, you know, what is one of our biggest problems? You know, it's that time of year where we set goals and we have this idea of what we want to do. And if we have any hope of wanting to achieve them, we've written them down. So you need to write down your goals. But the biggest thing is, you know, it's when we realize that something might be stopping us from hitting our goals. Maybe something's preventing us from moving forward, from implementing. And if we're earnestly seeking, which I talked to you guys yesterday, if we're earnestly seeking to make a change in our life, we start to question, what is holding us back? Like, we're trying to discover that. What's stopping me? What's preventing? And, you know, gosh, we really would love to have a simple answer. I would love to give you a simple answer. We're human beings and we're so incredibly complex. We were created to be complex, from the way we function to our minds, to our interactions with everybody. We're very complex. So there's not one pat answer, but I can give you some tips and tools that regardless of where your answer lies can get you through it. And so that's what I want to do today. So we're going to talk about, I'm not going to tell you the name of the member. She did not tell me she was okay with me sharing that, but please, if you're here, please comment, say hi. But one of my members said, I know what I should be doing, but I can't seem to schedule my monthly post. Is it fear? Is it laziness? I want to hit my goals, but something is holding me back. What is it? And I thought, this is very profound, I'm very glad that she shared this, because all of us, every single one of us deals with this. Maybe not over monthly posts, but we deal with it over something. We deal with it with something. And if we're honest with ourselves and if we're earnestly seeking to change, it's like gonna slap us in the face and go, okay, what is going on? And we're going to want to figure out what that is and change it. So for this person, I'm going to share some tips and stuff. So there's a couple things. The norm in our society, it seems like the norm is to like dig deep, find out what your limiting beliefs are and root out those beliefs and go through this and that. You need to do this. I'm not disagreeing with our culture, and I'm not disagreeing with what we need to do, but here's the problem. We get into this stage of just kind of so out there of discovering our limiting beliefs that we spend all this time there and we're not moving forward. And so, yes, we need to figure out what those are, because we're just going to keep hitting them over and over again. But one of the best ways to actually get rid of crap in our heads, or even if we can't identify what that crap is, one of the absolute best ways to get rid of it is to fill our head with what we want. So, you know, eventually there was this demonstration. There was dirty water in a glass like this, just total dirty water filled all the way up to the top of the glass. And so I was listening to this speaker, watching the speaker, and they were showing this video, and it took, I think it was 1 minute or 3 minutes. I can't remember, just a couple minutes. And literally they were pouring in, just had a faucet of clean water pouring into the glass. And what was happening is the clean water was pouring in, and over time, and it was overflowing, all of the dirty water overflowed. And within, it was either 1 minute or 3 minutes. I can't remember. I didn't look up the video to share with you today because I just thought of it. But within 1 to 3 minutes, all of that dirty water was gone. They didn't identify the source of the dirty water. They didn't identify what was in the dirty water. The fact is that they completely refilled the thing, and they didn't empty the dirty water out first. They just poured in what they wanted and out with the dirty water. There wasn't room for both. So I know this is kind of a silly analogy, but it works. It works, you guys. So yes, you do need to root out what those beliefs are and what that kind of stuff is. But in the meantime, you need to start working, knowing that it's obviously something to do with mindset, whether it's a belief that you've done, or you're just, maybe it is laziness, maybe it's fear, maybe it's not. I have one member who, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. And she has just made a splash in her community. People love her. She dominates that community in real estate, in giving and sharing and serving. She's just an amazing person. And she has a fear of sending out a weekly email. And there is no basis for her fear. In fact, when she's actually sent out an email, she gets overwhelming positive response and inquiries, and she's gotten listings and she's et cetera, but she still has this fear. Now she's identified what the fear is for her, but the point is we're working on her pushing out and doing that regardless, I mean, even while she didn't know what that fear was or why that fear was there. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm going to kind of talk to you about both. She's got to figure out what it is. She knows what it is. She now knows it's a fear of rejection. She does not want to be rejected. And for some reason, she thinks that she'll be more rejected if she sends out an email than if she will be face-to-face. She's more comfortable with face-to-face than email. And so, and in some ways I kind of get that. However, it's a false fear. It's not a real fear. I mean, it's a fear, but it's not based in reality. So like if you skydive, you have a fear that the parachute may not work. Well, guess what? There is evidence to suggest that at times parachutes have not worked. So there is some truth in that fear. But there is not truth in her, especially for her, in her sending out an email and people rejecting her more and hating her and blah, blah, blah. These are people who want to be on her email list, who have signed up and want her information and love her in real life. Like they know her and love her in real life. I'm like, why would they do that to you via email? And in fact, when she sent her email out, it's proved to be the opposite. So there could be laziness, there could be fear, something's holding you back. And so that was one member that I was sharing. And then with me, I found some of mine was like, okay, what was going on? About a month and a half ago, I've known that I need to write every single day. I need to write for a certain amount of time every single day. That is my lead domino. That writing, it's content creation, it's my emails, it's my coursework, it's these videos, it's everything to help you guys. And I was like, why am I not doing this? If this is so important, if this is what will change lives, if this is like, this will change lives, this will change my business, this will change everything, why am I not doing it? And so what I decided was, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to dwell anymore on why I'm not doing it. I'm going to figure out how to make it happen, to get past me, to get past my own. What am I standing in the way of physically? And so to that end, I was like, okay, what do I have? What can I do? Or what can I use that can get me past this? So here's what I did. I realized that I love being on live with you guys. I love being on live with my members. I love having, this isn't a script, but I love having the key points that I want to talk about with you guys. I love having your questions to help me help you. I love that. And so I realized, why am I not just having what I'm teaching, why am I not having somebody go through it, not just transcribe it, but go through it for me and shape it. And then I do the final edit, shape it into an article that I can send to Inman, shape it into for leads and leverage, do the videos and turn them into coursework and workbooks and things like that. Why am I not doing that? I'm like, well, you know what? That would help. That would help a lot. So what I decided was, you know what? I need to do that. So I actually decided that my best path to move through that, to push through that, was to take that course of action for me, knowing that that's what I need to do. So with this member that's saying, I can't seem to schedule my monthly post. Is it fear? Is it laziness? I want to hit my goals, but something is holding me back. What is it? What you need to do is, yes, you need to figure that out. But in the meantime, figure out what you can use or do that will go on regardless of whether you do something or not. Okay, I know that doesn't make sense. This is one of the reasons on your specific question, this is one of the reasons that I strongly suggest Edgar. It's Meet Edgar. And I'll put the link below. I'll have book links, I'll have everything because I'm going to show you guys some stuff. I will put the link below for you guys because I can get you I don't remember if it's a $15 discount or a $30 discount. I think over the anyway, I'll get you a discount on it. So here's the thing with that. When you put all your stuff into Meet Edgar, regardless of what you're thinking that day or how you feel, that stuff still pumps out, which is why I strongly recommend using that particular program, because we're human, and despite the desire to be consistent, there are times when we're not going to be. It's just, that's reality. It's just, we're not perfect. We're not going to be consistently consistent. That's what we need to strive, but that's not what we are. And so we're also going to get busy. As we start doing this stuff, you're going to start noticing more activity, more people to talk to, more relationships to engage with. And your time only spreads so much. And so you need to leverage tools. So that's what I'm doing for my writing. I'm leveraging some tools to get me past the, okay, I'm not sitting down, I'm not writing. What's stopping me? I have the information. I have it to give to people. I can teach them, but what's stopping me? So I figured out the easiest thing, the thing that I enjoyed most was actually talking on video, which can then be taken into writing by someone else. Yay, that works for me. That's why I like using Edgar for posts. I can schedule stuff in and it will push out regardless. So that's one of the things you got to figure out, okay, like physically, what's physically stopping me, not mentally, but what's physically stopping me, and then figure out a solution beyond that. Now, when it comes to the mental, it's always mindset, whether it's a laziness mindset. And let's be clear here. Laziness is a mindset. If you're lazy, it's a mindset. It's what your mind is telling you. It's what you're justifying, etc. It truly is all in your mindset, whether you're lazy or not, whether you're fearful or not. It's all in a mindset. And there are people who, when we fear things that there's no fear, that are like totally neutral, like sending an email, it's neutral. Posting, it's really neutral. That in and of itself is nothing to be feared. So when we're fearing things that are really kind of crazy to be feared, we need to discover, one, we have to push through that with physically and get it done, but we need to discover what's going on. And I have 3 books that I recommend. And I'm going to recommend them to you in kind of the order of not the order that I read them in. I actually read them in the exact opposite order, and which is why it took me twice to get through the last book that I'm going to show you. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Cindy. But I'm going to show you the first book. I think it's the easiest one to get through. The second one is going to dig deep. And then the third one is just, it's amazing. So the first one, if we're going to search out and figure out mindset stuff, the first one is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. Now I will have links below for you guys. The first one is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I actually read this after I had read these other 2. And so I was like, okay. I mean, I kind of felt not let down by the book by any means, but I just felt like it was a very soft version of the other stuff that I'm going to tell you. However, I have 2 friends that I respect very highly, and they read it first, and it was life-changing for them. So, and then when they read the others, it was better for them to go this direction, which probably for most people, which is probably why I stumbled over the last one I'm going to tell you. But now I love the last one. So I just wanted to let you guys know, read this one first, The Big Leap. This is all mindset. Hi, Dave. Hi, Eric. The next one is actually Mindset by Carol Dweck. This book is amazing. Like basically she talks about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And what's really interesting is I always thought I had a growth mindset in everything. And I realized that overall you might have one, but you could still have fixed in some things. And I was like, that was quite a discovery for me. When I read that, I was like, crap, I have a fixed mindset in XYZ, whatever it was at the time. I don't remember. I'd have to look through my notes and see. But I was just like, I was almost devastated because I was like, what? Because I took pride in the fact that I had a growth mindset. Well, this book made me realize, no, not so much. You've got a fixed mindset in this. You need to work on that. And so this was amazing. And this author, this doctor, PhD, is quoted in Angela Duckworth's Grit several times. In fact, Angela Duckworth took this and did more studies, took her studies, did way more studies, which is where Grit came from. The book Grit came from. So the first one is The Big Leap. I will put links below for you guys. And the second one is Mindset. And remember, I'm giving these to you in the order that I think you should read them. I read them in the exact opposite order. So, and actually, not quite the exact opposite order. Let me give you this last book. It's called The Motivation Manifesto. This is an amazing book. It is not a fast read. You will want to read a paragraph, reread a paragraph, read it again. It's like if any of you guys read the Bible, if you're really wanting to seek to understand it, you read it over and over and over again. That's what this one is. Brendan Burchard's amazing. He's amazing. So I started reading this, I just a couple chapters in and was like, okay, so then I went to this one because someone mentioned it somewhere. After I read this one, I went back to this one, finished it. Like I flew through it at that point because I got it. It's like I got it. So I suggest you read The Big Leap first, then read Mindset second, and then read The Motivation Manifesto third. They are life-changing. So that's to get through the mindset, because if you're not doing something, it's mindset. There's a quote that I put up here. I looked this up and I actually was thinking of the quote that success begins at the end of your comfort zone, but found out that that's not actually a quote. People have taken this one and taken life out of it and said success begins at the end of your comfort zone. But really, it's life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Neale Donald Walsh. And what's amazing about that is, part of your life is your success in relationships, success in business, success in who you are, what you do, physical, mental health, it doesn't matter. And success is different for everybody. Please don't think that I'm saying that success is a certain physique, a certain bank account, a certain types of relationships. That is not it. For each one of us, we have different dreams, different desires, different goals. Success looks different to us. And let me tell you that whether you are like, I'm a minimalist or I'm a materialist, I guess it doesn't matter. That's what it looks like for you. So live it, own it. Don't judge someone else for living more minimally or more maximally. That's not even a word. Every one of us has a different vision. What the problem becomes is when we let the stuff control us and control us, who we are, or the lack of stuff. Because believe me, I know people who take pride in their poverty, just as many people who take pride in their wealth. There's pride at both extremes, but life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And so that's the piece that I want to make sure you push through on, that physically you figure out, okay, what is physically stopping me? What can I do to circumvent that? So if it's stopping you from scheduling your monthly posts, use Edgar. I'll put the discount link below, or hire a VA to do it. Something like that, or just do a batch of them when you're feeling okay, like do a batch. The key is staying consistent with those. Now, again, you still need to figure out, because you're going to keep hitting that ceiling or keep hitting that mindset wherever that is. And while you're figuring out that solution, I keep pointing up there because the comment that my member made is on my screen there. So while you're doing that, you also need to dig into you, and you need to find out what's going on in there. And what can you change? What can you do? And it's not comfortable. It's uncomfortable. But here's the thing. We have this comfort zone, this comfort bubble. And, we pick at it or pop at it. And eventually the comfort zone either moves to another location or it gets bigger, because I prefer to say that it kind of moves. It probably stays the same, but we move, because when we become, here's an example. When you start, if anybody knows who Dave Ramsey is a financial advisor that advises no debt, and how to get out of debt and how to do it and stuff. And usually when people start with him, when they start with him, they're in debt, a lot of debt. So they have a comfort zone of that debt, of what that debt is. And as you go through the baby steps, that's what he has. Step 1 is to establish an emergency fund. Step 2 is pay off all debt. Step 3 is a bigger emergency fund, and 4, 5, 6, 7. And so yes, we follow it. Yes, we practice it. Yes, I know that. But what I'm going to tell you is, as you pay off debt, as your debt gets smaller and then it disappears, your comfort zone has changed. You've kind of moved it from debt to no debt, because then you're not comfortable with debt. So So you're not just expanding your comfort zone, because that would include everything that you were comfortable with before, but you're changing it. You're moving it aside. So that's what creating a habit does for you. That's what practicing and moving through despite being uncomfortable will do for you. You will clean that glass of dirty water out, because you're going to be putting good stuff in, creating new habits, and out comes the old stuff because there's not room for it. So another example of this would be my evening and morning routines. I'm really working on refining those and getting those better. But I know that there's a couple things that if I do not do them in the evening, my next day kind of goes to hell in a handbasket. Like it just flops because my morning routine doesn't work. And one of those is when I go to sleep. Another one of those is not being on electronics a certain amount of time before I go to sleep. And another one of those is prepping my clothing and stuff like that at night, because in the morning I wake up refreshed. I've had enough sleep. I didn't let the electronic stuff affect my sleep. And if you don't believe that, please do some research on that, but it does affect you. So you should not be going to sleep on your phone. And then my morning is much better right now, because I have a morning routine that I go through right now. What I'm working on, and this is uncomfortable for me right now, what I'm working on is, yes, I use my phone to see what time it is in the morning. However, I'm working on only checking the time, because I don't use an alarm to get up. I just want to make sure that when I wake up and I feel like I'm awake, that it's not 3. I'm not getting up at 3. I want to get up between 4:30 and 5. That's when I want to get up. I don't want to get up at 3. And I've woken up and been like last night I woke up and it was 12. I was like, are you serious? I was wide awake. I was like, okay, I'm going back to sleep. But I want my phone there for that for me. But here's what I found. I wake up in the morning, and if it's 4:15, I'll just get on my phone and play Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So my comfort zone right now, I'm trying to make it uncomfortable for me. Like I want to be uncomfortable with that habit. I want to be comfortable with not looking at my phone, not playing with it. I want to get my morning routine done first, and then eventually I'll look at my phone. So I am working on making myself comfortable not looking at my phone, and making myself uncomfortable when I do look at my phone. So that's what you're doing. You're replacing what you don't want with what you want. Takes some time. It takes some head work. It does. I have to remind myself, not successful every single day, not successful every single moment, but that's what it takes. So hopefully this helped you. Hi, Craig. And I don't remember everybody I said hi to. Hi, Eric. Hi, Dave. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Cindy. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being with me. I hope this helped you. I will put the links to everything in the description and in the first comment in just a couple minutes when I'm done. Thank you for joining me. And I will be on again tomorrow with you guys, hopefully. Probably early if I can. I'm working with clients this week, so here in Coeur d'Alene. So if I'm early, that'll be awesome if I can get on early with you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous day.